Hey guys, so I had a beautiful idea on how to not wear a mask and how to wear a mask. And I know a lot of you don't want to wear a mask, period. All right? And I have to tell you, that's actually same thing for anybody. Especially when I wear the really nice mask like my N95 mask here. All right, that I use actually for gardening. This just completely suffocates me. Even though the air goes out through this hole, it's just really hard to breathe and it just gets really suffocating. And if you have any kind of breathing problems, wearing it for longer than like 5 minutes is probably not recommended. So how do you get around not wearing a mask? Yeah, we have this COVID-19. All right. So I'm going to tell you how I don't wear a mask 99% of the time. All right. So the first key is I don't wear a mask pretty much all day because I stay home. I don't go out unless I absolutely have to go. The only time I actually wear a mask is less than 1% of my life, which is sometimes I have to go grocery shopping. Sometimes I feel like getting a takeout. So if I go to the grocery store, what I do is I have a bunch of masks in my car, on my dashboard, or whatever. So I don't wear a mask in my house before going. Okay, don't do that if you're going to drive somewhere. All right. I see a lot of people here, especially in California, that are driving by themselves and they're wearing a mask. And sometimes that can be very dangerous. It can suffocate you. In cases like N95, you could be rebreathing in your own carbon monoxide, and there's people who actually, just sort of, blacked out. So don't wear a mask if you're driving by yourself on the highway or wherever. You're the only person in the car. Don't wear a mask. All right. And another thing, a lot of these masks are not permanent masks. Most masks are actually disposable masks. Even this. It's been designed so you can wear it for like 36 hours straight. So the less you wear your mask, the more efficient it will be, the less dirty it will be, the more it will filter out. So when I drive to my groceries, I get in my car, I drive to the parking lot, I put my mask on, I put it on my chin, I put it on my head, wherever you want to, because until I actually walk into the store, usually there's not people like just like, hey Max, like like there's no people like within 6 feet of me, all right, or maybe until I grab a cart. So I put the mask on right before, maybe 10 steps before I go in the grocery store. So I maximize the efficiency, and I can make my mask last longer, and also wear it correctly. Make sure this goes over your nose. A lot of people wear like this. This will still protect others when you go achoo or something, but you should cover your nose and mouth. All right, and preferably these masks don't work that well. This one N95 has been designed so it's very airtight, but it's only designed if you shave. So if you have a beard, I do highly advise shaving it off. I don't care if it's religious, just shave it off until COVID-19 over. All right. If you don't do that, then it's just not airtight. But if you want to wear it right, for N95, use both of these. One of these goes diagonally over. One of these goes back here. A lot of politicians, they'll only use the top one. Then the bottom one is not airtight. Now, if it's airtight, and also make sure there's a metal thing on every mask, even the cheaper surgical mask. Make sure you press it down and match it to your nose. And when you breathe in, you see that? There should be airtight, and basically all the air is not going through here, but through the middle. So I'm going grocery shopping inside, all right? And if you be extra safe, wear some sunglasses, or you can get airtight glasses, all right? That's going to completely protect you. Of course, Um, Make sure you practice 6 feet social distancing when you're in a grocery market. Don't go to grocery market when you're very busy and you gotta pick up something. Then you might run into people, or you don't want to do that. So always take time. And you can see when I breathe in, it's very, very airtight. Now, if you don't have an N95 mask, if you have one of those surgical masks, you might not get air tightness, but you should still feel it sort of going in. All right, that's airtight. Most masks you can get it to that point. So when I'm done with shopping, as soon as I walk out and as soon as I see nobody around me, I take my mask off immediately because I hate wearing a mask. All right, and then I put all my groceries in my car, and make sure you have hand sanitizer. I put that stuff all over my hand before I touch anything else in my car. I drive home, all right, and boom. And then when I go to takeout, I do the same thing. Right before I walk in the restaurant or in front of the restaurant, or if I'm around people, then I wear a mask. If I am, walking my dog, I usually don't wear a mask because where I live is sort of suburban. I will never see people. But if you live in, like, let's say New York City, where you see people all the time, then you should wear a mask all the time. So it really depends on your social distancing. If you're able to social distance, I would give it like even 10 feet outdoors. If you can social distance 10 to 15, consistently, then just don't wear a mask. You're fine. All right? Don't waste your mask. If you're jogging and you're never closer to people more than 10 feet, don't wear a mask. You're fine. Right? But you do also have to worry about when you're jogging, if you're jogging somebody behind somebody else at 5 miles per hour and you're going right behind him, all that breath you're going to be actually breathing in. So when you're going behind somebody, jogging or, cycling, skateboarding, whatever, just make sure you're not right behind them because all that air you're just going to absorb. So just stay away sort of sideways. So that's another tip. But overall, if you follow these tips, you don't actually have to actually wear a mask. But the important thing is that when you do see a lot of people, suddenly you see a block of, come to a block and you see like 100 people gathering and you can't avoid them and you're on your bicycle or you're walking or whatever, you're walking your dog, then you take your mask out and put it on. So I always have a mask in my jacket pocket. I always have a bunch of masks in my car. I will always have a mask readily available to use. But I hate wearing masks. Like, I was on the golf course today. I don't wear a mask because I've never came within 6 feet of somebody else or 10 feet. So I think that's something you have to realize. A lot of people think that you have to actually wear a mask all the time. but use your common sense. A lot of people do this. They think, okay, I have to wear a mask, so I'm going to wear a mask. From the moment I leave home in my car, drive to the groceries. And of course, if you wear a mask that long, it's just not going to be very pleasant. But like I said, make it very efficient. Don't wear a mask until you absolutely have to. But always have a mask available so you can always wear a mask. Then you can protect others, you can protect yourself, and most importantly, you'll make your mask last a ton longer. My mask lasts me a whole month. A lot of these masks, except for the disposable ones, this one is actually designed for 36 hours. Right? So that means if I only spend 20 minutes at a grocery every time, that means I can go to the groceries for the whole year. And this mask will pretty much be new without, dirt and whatnot. This one's really just old, just been around. This one I don't use. This is for gardening. So I hope this sort of helps you in wearing a mask without wearing a mask. This is how you wear a mask without wearing a mask. Because really, I don't really wear a mask. I mean, 1% of my life I'm wearing a mask. But really, 99% of that, I'm pretty much home and, chilling. And so I'm not wearing a mask because I'm just with my family. Another thing, avoid social gatherings. I haven't seen my best friends since March. I haven't seen my mom and dad. They don't want to see me. Don't see your family, your best friends, your family, because the worst thing is that you spread it to them without knowing you have it. So avoid seeing your best friends, your parents. I mean, if they live far away from you, if they live with you, fine. Also, avoid protests. Going to protests. Avoid rallies, especially because like you go to like a Trump. I tried to sign up for Trump rally the other day, and it said, "All right, if you agree to go to Trump rally, you will not sue Trump for getting COVID-19 if you get COVID-19." So that's what you're risking. And if you do have to go to these rallies, that's fine. Wear a mask and practice social distancing. And if somebody comes within 6 feet of you, just be like, you know, read my hand or whatever, whatever you want to do. So I just want to give you quick common sense tips, and this is something that the U.S. government's not going to tell you. But in actuality, smart people like myself who know how to wear a mask properly in the right situations, we don't actually wear a mask at all. We only wear a mask in less than 1% of our life. And if you can't do that, if you can't wear a mask and maybe you live in the inner city or whatever, then that's too bad. But I'm saying a lot of you do have this choice. Then just exercise some caution and some common sense. Like I told you, don't wear a mask when you don't have to. That's absolutely stupid, because you're gonna wear your mask down and they're not gonna last long. You're gonna need a new mask. Your mask is not gonna work, etc., etc. Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Have a great day, and I hope you guys safe. Like I said, just wear a mask when it's absolutely necessary. Always have a mask with you. But 99% of the time, I'm not wearing a mask. Neither should you. Nor should you.